let's talk about tannins. So tannins are a very wide class of molecules. As you can see here, there's many different types with all vaguely similar structures, but also varying to some degree. They are found in plants, typically in the unripe fruit, the bark, or the wood of plants, and they're found in quite a few different types of plants. They also, depending on the type of tannin, can be involved with the pigment of the plant and also pigmenting other things. They get the name tannins because some of the very first uses for them were in tanning hides to make leather, and that's also where a lot of the kind of characteristic colors of different types of leather come from what specific types of tannins were used in the tanning processes. In addition to tanning leather, tannins also have uses in other ways, such as inks and dyes for other materials, not just leather. Since tannins are naturally occurring, they often just get out into the ecosystem, and they have a very interesting process in which they create black water. So black water is both naturally occurring or can be done on purpose in aquariums to make black water tanks like this one. Blackwater tanks and rivers are characterized by a very high level of tannins present in the water because when plant matter decays, like bark and leaves and other botanical materials, any tannins that are stored within the plant can leach out into the water, giving it a dark brown color. Now, this is not harmful to animals that are adapted to live in it. It doesn't mean the water is dirty, it just has extra pigments, which kind of changes the color, and does have some extra properties with the chemical makeup of the, just the chemical load of the water and some pH things, but overall, it is pretty harmless. Tannins are also found in a variety of different foods. They typically have a more bitter and, in some cases, unpleasant taste. Some of the most common foods and beverages with tannins includes things like chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the more tannins present, hence the more bitter taste of the dark chocolate due to the higher tannin content, as well as unripe fruits, so that's why unripe fruits typically taste more bitter, because when they're not fully ripe, they do have more of those tannins in it. Also, drinks such as wine, beers, tea, and coffee all have tannins present as well, to varying degrees. So another fun fact that you can use on your friends, typically, if you don't like black coffee, red wine, or dark chocolate, it's because you have a much higher sensitivity to tannins. You can taste them a lot more, so these things typically taste very bitter and unpleasant. And that is due to the higher levels of tannins. So if you have a higher taste sensitivity to tannins, you're not going to like foods with a lot of them in it, like those things like red wine, which has higher tannins than white wine, as well as dark chocolate and black coffee.